Guys, yes, people, we're back live for another preview on Chelsea Fan TV. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the likes, subscribe. And I said in the last episode that I hope we would be back after another victory, and we didn't get what we wanted. We're out of the Carabao Cup, just like that, to Newcastle in a game that was really, really frustrating to watch, and to also look back at the way that we prepared for it. I said in my review, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And I think that's exactly what we did. But we're going to touch on the defeats. We're going to touch on all the things regarding United and Chelsea, and also the rumour mill, even though it's some of the worst batch of rumours I've ever seen. But we'll touch on it. We'll talk about it. And yeah, big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the likes, all of that, subscribe. And shout out to the co-host as well. Big up to Kev. How's your week been, bro? I know you had the long trip up to Newcastle and everything, but I hope you're rested at least.
It's took its toll on me, bro, man. It was a long journey, bro. I'm surprised me and Alex made it back, bro. It was just a bad day from the start. The brakes fell in the car.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So as soon as we set off, some oil thing came on the car, and then on the way back, we got nearly to Newcastle, and the brakes started making some crunching sounds. So I think it's something to do with the brake pads, and literally we had to just chill on the way back, going 50, 60 mile an hour all the way back from Newcastle. It took us about probably 5.5 hours, 6 hours to get back, bro.
So boy. And was that just to Birmingham? Or to around that?
The Stoke. It took us 5.5 hours, 6 hours to get back, bro. Obviously,
you had to get back to London after. Oh my days.
Yeah, so we stopped off about halfway near Leeds. I had about an hour and a bit kip, but we didn't get back till 6:30 in the morning. And that's Stoke on Trent, bro. It was a long night.
Oh,
yeah, so I had no sleep. Alex had a couple of hours at mine, and then we got up, and Alex literally had to come help me set up a kids camp about 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, I lost a full day's sleep and a lot of money as well for that day out to Newcastle. But yeah, what can we say?
Part of the trip, isn't it?
Part of the trip. Yeah, but like I said, I think we've seen Fats on the way in, and I said, lads, it's going to be a long night, bro. It's a long night. When I seen Disassi, Badashile in that back four, I thought, you know what, it's going to be a long night, and I wasn't disappointed.
I was trying to figure out who was playing right wing. I was thinking, was it going to be Felix or Nkunku? Turns out it was Dewsbury Hall. We had a right-hand side of Disassi and Dewsbury Hall. Bruv.
And Viega. Because Viega was right centre midfield. So what I picked out about that game is you got 3 players playing that position on the wrong side of the pitch, bro. How is it making sense, bro? You've got a left back in centre midfielder when you could have played him left back. You've got a right winger in the centre midfielder, right winger when you could have played him centre midfield. And you've got a right back, centre back playing right back, which you could have played him centre back.
And then we didn't bring 2 right backs. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench, even though it wasn't a UEFA game. And we brought Ben Chilwell, but for no reason. Chilwell was just there. But yeah, we're going to touch on that quickly because I do have to shout out the sponsors just before we get into the show properly. We went on a little tangent there, but hey, part of the podcast, innit? Part of the podcast. But shout out to our sponsors. Big up to Omely. With Omely, it's time to get in the game. Omely brings fans together like never before and lets them take center stage. Whether you want to host a live show, jump in as a guest, listen in, or simply connect with other passionate supporters, Omely is the place where true football conversations happen. Forget about just typing comments. You can engage more and you have a voice in real time. And the more that you engage, the more recognition you earn as well. So if you're ready to be a part of something bigger, download Omely today and let's bring football fans back home. Shout out to the sponsors, Omely. And back into the Newcastle-Chelsea game, because we already touched on it. But the way I look back at that game, I think Maresca made a lot of mistakes, not just with the starting lineup, but I think the in-game adjustments and also the bench. I've said it on a lot of the shows that I've been on the last few days. I understand load management. I have no problems with it. For the first time in years, we have no injuries. It clearly works. But I mean, we could have brought a couple more first teamers with us. When you really look at the bench and the options that were there, like we could have wheeled Caicedo up north. We could have taken Jackson, Neto as well. You bring Neto, then we don't even have to think about putting Dewsbury Hall on the right, because then all that we're doing is just mixing him with Noni. Noni takes 45, Neto takes 45. Ultimately, they're both fit and they're ready for the game on Sunday, which is also a Wednesday to Sunday, not a Thursday to Sunday. You have another day off, and it's not even a trip around Europe. So we had the ability to do that. I think we treated it like it was a Conference League game, ultimately, and it wasn't. It was a it was an away game against Newcastle. We should have been prepared for for a situation where we were behind. And my biggest gripe is that we didn't do that.
Yeah, I just put it down to inexperience, total inexperience from the manager. I mentioned on a live a few weeks ago, 2004-2005 season, 20 years ago, when I was a bit younger. Yeah, I remember it like yesterday. We played Newcastle in the 4th round at St James's Park. Jose Mourinho's first season.
Yep.
His first cup, Carling Cup. Ian Robben scored in extra time. Ian Robben scored an absolute worldie. Jose Mourinho went up there with his strongest team. No fucking second team, bro. And I mean, our first and second team was strong. He played his strongest team. Why is that? Because he wanted to win a cup. Simple as that, brother. Yeah. Maresco's gone up there with this weakened squad. There's no ifs or buts. He cannot say he wanted to win the cup, because if he wanted to win the cup, would he have played that team? No, he wouldn't have. So what's his excuse? Is he resting players for Sunday? Why would he rest the whole team just a Premier League game? You're talking about professional footballers here, brother. They don't need...
I didn't even mind that we made all of those changes. My problem was we had no options if we were in a losing position. Like, teams rotate in the Carabao Cup. I don't really mind that too tough. Yeah. Prepare for if we're losing, because it's a Newcastle team who are already under a lot of pressure, and the only thing that's really going to take away that pressure is a cup run, because they ain't won a cup in like 70 years or something crazy. They had a mix of first teamers and bench players, and we've said before we believe in the quality of the depth, so I'm not annoyed with the fact that it was a full 11 changes. That's fine. The bench, we had 2 goalkeepers in Chilwell there.
What was the bench? Can you pull it up? Can you pop it up?
Give me a second. I'll bring it up.
I just feel like one, definitely a mentality thing. I don't feel like we've took the cup seriously, and it's a chance to get silverware. Second of all, I've been told that the people behind the scenes, so the medical staff, have said that it's about game management, and a few players are in the red, and they may have felt like if they played, they would have got injuries. But for me personally, brother, you've got to go into the game not thinking about the potential injuries, brother. You've got to go into the game looking to win. This is football, brother. If someone gets an injury, you do leave it for the Man United game, brother. I've heard people talking about we didn't really want to go through in the cup because he had a clash against Sam Rovers, brother, coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, you heard about that too.
Bro, we could play our under 18s team, brother, and beat Shamrock Rovers, brother. So that's just another bit of BS.
When did we get to a point where we are concerned about match week 6 of the Conference League?
Shamrock Rovers, bro. Shamrock Rovers, bro.
If we're even in a position where we can drop out of the top 8 by game week 6, somebody needs to be done out at Chelsea. I don't even mean the manager. Certain players just aren't cut out if we're ever at that point. That should be a position where, like you said, under 18s, you do what Liverpool did against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup with that one when they had the Club World Cup. You play the whole academy team, have a little day out. Everyone else, the B team goes and they plays against. We would have had Brentford at home, which again would have been one of the easier ties for us too. Yeah. And then like A team plays Brentford in the league before that. Like I think it's copium from a lot of fans now. They're saying, "Oh, we didn't want to win the cup anyway," or it's a Tim Pot Cup and all of that. We're in our biggest trophy drought in 20 years. First off, and second of all, none of you had this energy in February when we lost the final. At extra time, no one was thinking, "Oh, it's just a Tin Pot Cup." We're thinking that's our only real opportunity. Our cup gone, because we understand what winning trophies is about. Like you said, you mentioned Jose Mourinho. Mourinho is somebody that took the cup seriously. Another person is Pep Guardiola. We mock Arsenal fans every year for looking down at the Carabao Cup and not taking it seriously, and then winning nothing at the end of the season. And now it's basically like we're doing the same thing. I find it very hypocritical from a lot of our fan base.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that if they totally disrespect to the fan base, brother. There was 4,700 fans, bro. And I spoke to a lot of them, bro, that have travelled. People have took airplanes from airports, Bristol Airport, Stansted, spent a lot of time, a lot of money, taking days off work to travel up to want your team to do well and to play well. And that was the worst performance I've seen. That was up there with Liverpool and Manchester United away last year, brother. It was that bad, bro. Yeah. So it's a total disrespect to the fans who travelled up there. It's a total disrespect to the club. I don't want to be hearing bull crap about medical staff and red zones and clash of ties. We already know you go into every single game and go to win that game. It's on a game-to-game basis.
And even then, 30, 45 minutes won't kill them. Because the starting 11, again, I don't have any real problem with this. Like, that team should be enough to do a lot. And we'll get to that as well, because the players weren't good enough either. But the bench, look at the options. We've got 2 goalkeepers for no reason, Bettinelli and Bergstrom. Chilwell's there's never going to get a game. We didn't even bring the likes of Mark Hugh and Chuck off the bench. And we left Palmer on the bench to rot too.
I don't know. I haven't got a clue about the thinking of it. I just feel like they didn't want to progress in the cup, bro. I just feel like they didn't want it. A
lot of the players let us down, though. Likes of Enzo, João Felix, and Kunku, they were all poor as well. Only Modric and Cucurella were good. Jorgensen as well, I don't think was bad. No, it's more like he wasn't bad as opposed to he stood out.
No, it wasn't. Jorgensen was put under a lot of pressure by the players in front of him, bro. When your defense keeps on getting that ball and passing it back, putting him under pressure, obviously, how can you do anything about it, brother? So I feel like Jorgensen had a bad game because the players was making him redundant, brother. You can't keep on getting the ball and recycling. And Newcastle had a game plan. They knew what they was doing. They was going to press us. Like, there was no width. It was all through the middle, and Newcastle just pressed. Enzo Fernandez. Wow.
Awful.
When I think about having a leader, a captain, that's why has he got the armband on, brother? Like Cucurella should have the armband, if anything, brother. Not Enzo. There was no leadership at all. Nothing whatsoever to strike me as a leader of that team or captain. We could go for the whole team, bruv, and make bad and negative comments, but we all know with the team put out, brother, it wasn't good enough. So we have to just leave that one out, brother.
That's the thing. Like, I actually think there was aspects that should have been. And like players like Enzo, players like João Felix, players like Nkunku just ultimately weren't good enough. I feel like with Nkunku, I've just got to a point where I think he is just the number 10. I don't really think he's cut out for any other role. Unless I see otherwise. I'm questioning the versatility thing. Felix was playing for himself and nobody else. I think he was the worst one on the pitch out of the lot. Every time he got the ball, just spammed shoot. Ignored runners around him. And it was getting so frustrating to watch. I get, like, the 2 best chances we had came down to Felix. But for me, it was just straight volume. Because all he was doing was shooting. He wanted to be the hero the whole time. Like, refused to pass. I'd see times where Nkunku's in space, lay the pass. No, I'm going to look down and just shoot. There was one where Nkunku took the ball down, laid it off to Felix. Dewsbury Hall is making a run in acres of space on the right. What does he do? 2 miles an hour shot at the goalkeeper. It was so annoying. Yeah, and like these players, I'm expecting more from.
Collectively, as a team, but I couldn't really pinpoint one or two. I do feel you on the Felix game. he had a poor game, but a lot of people around I feel like had worse games, and Modric being one, bro. If you were sitting where I was sitting, both you'd see the reason why. So the ball
Wait, who?
goes off. Modric had an
You thought
absolute
Modric was
nightmare.
bad?
Bad. He was
I
bad.
thought I thought it was like one
Bad.
of our top 2 players.
Nah, he was bad. He was bad. Move it off the ball, brother.
Nice.
Non-existent. So look, St James's Park, Newcastle pitch is so wide, bro. It is wide. Modric's out on the touchline on the on the left hand side. The ball's come across the back four. What would you do as a left winger? Would you just stand there, or would you come short to try and pick up the ball? What would you do?
Try and come short.
Didn't come short once.
Do that, did
There was one time in the whole game when I seen him have a one-on-one draw and try and take his man, brother, as a left winger and a wide pitch, bro. And he was playing right back for Newcastle. I couldn't tell you. It was it Trippier.
It was Kraft. Emil Kraft.
There you go, bro. There you go. So
fair observation for me. My thing was Modric was just again the passing a bit more, but I think it's also if you look at everybody else and Kunku, he's obviously going to stand out. I was impressed that like I didn't really have a lot of complaints about his performance, but that's an observation I didn't notice. Him and Cucurella were the only standout ones for me, and nobody else.
And Kunku, no movement, no aggression, no passion, not looking to drop for the ball, not looking to get him behind. I just felt like he was wasted, bro. And I was on the fence between him and Jackson. Like to the start of the season, there's already one clear winner now of that striker position, bro. We need another striker because we've got one striker. Like, and Nkunku's not cut out for it, bro.
I didn't even know. I think with Nkunku, it's just we know now why Jackson's. Well, we already knew before, but it's another indictment. That's another example of it.
I needed to see it. I needed to see that performance from Nkunku.
But that also doesn't. I don't think of it like we need another one. It's just that's your spot now. You're the number 2. That's just it.
I think if Jackson gets injured,
now you can show me what you're really made of.
Yeah.
Because I still don't want to write him off just yet. But like the performances that we've seen, no one needs to be asking why Jackson's starting over him now. It's a stupid question now.
True. And like I said, I needed to see that on Wednesday. The lack of movement, the lack of passion. Link-up play was awful. And bro, like I said, when you're at St James's Park, it's probably the best view as a fan you can have because you're looking right. Yeah, there was a gap from here. There's a gap from me to you. I'm in Stoke, you're in London. That's how big that gap was, bro. No one had the vision to go into that space. So when the ball was in the midfield, there was a gap like this. Modric was out wide left there, and Kunku was out right there. Not one of them had the mind to come drop deep, spin, and go into the space in behind, brother. Nicholas Jackson would have had an absolute field day with that space and that hole in between the defense. Jackson would have had a field day, and that's why I thought, you know what, Jackson's clear, bro. Jackson's absolutely clear.
Facts. And hopefully on Sunday he gets another example to show that because we have to immediately bounce back from this. Manchester United away, obviously it's got nothing to do with the Carabao Cup, but if we don't win this, suddenly we've lost our last 2 games of Arsenal coming up. Pressure will build just like that. And also, people would just be frustrated in general. I'm sick to death of not seeing us win at that ground. Everybody eats there except us. And it's about time we put a change to that. And I still believe in the team. And even with United losing Ten Hag, I'm not really that worried. Like, if it was Amarim's first game, then maybe I'll be a little bit concerned. Because the atmosphere is going to be different. All the players are immediately going to be trying to impress him. You'll see his style of play get implemented on the team within days. Not to a crazy extent, but you'll see little hints of it, like pressing patterns and the defensive cohesion and the structure. You see a little hints of that. And now I know we're not in that position and we're dealing with Van Nistelrooy. Same confidence for me. I think we should be going there and getting 3 points. My only worry is just the centre-backs and Robert Sanchez, that little Bermuda triangle. Now, I actually think we've got better defensively, but there is still just an error in there. Like a rash Levi Colwill challenge or Fofana getting done here or there. They're not perfect. There's still errors in both of their games. Robert Sanchez is just a straight liability to me right now, and he has to show me otherwise. Because his passing has just got ridiculous over the last few games, and not in a good way. And with the importance of the next 2 games, I am watching him like a hawk. Because he cost us the last Arsenal game. He saved the penalty against Bruno, but he was still sloppy in that game at Old Trafford too. I need more. I need him to step up. And I think if he can, even with the defense, I won't have to worry too much. But the defense, I have more faith in them than I have in him. And I think he might also lead problems to the other 2 in front of him.
Yeah, totally hitting down the head. I couldn't agree with you more. I feel that's the only way we lose this game. Is a Sanchez mistake or playing ourselves into danger. Similar scenario to last year, where we tried to play it at the back and Man United completely pressed us, and they had many opportunities to get an opportunity to score a goal. So that's going to be a danger to us. And I feel like this is what scares me, brother. Right? Everybody's trying to play this play at the back football. Sometimes you have to just kick it long or change it up a bit, brother. If you haven't got the personnel to do it, Sanchez is not that guy. We have to change it, brother, to suit us, because all we're doing is making ourselves redundant, and we're putting ourselves under pressure and giving teams opportunities. So this is a must-win game, bro. There's no ifs or buts. You can't drop your team one Sunday against the same team and then go Wednesday with a total different lineup and go to Manchester on Sunday and lose, brother. We've got to win. There's no excuses at all. We're going to play our strongest team, but every single player now should be firing, and we should go there and get the win. Doesn't matter about their manager, who they brought in. Doesn't matter, brother. He's not going to go there and do nothing. They're still the same United, brother. Okay, they had a decent victory in the week against Leicester, which you're going to expect a bit of a bounce back, but I'm not worried. We've got to go there and win. It's been a long time coming. What, 11 years or something, Daft?
Yeah, 11 years. 2013 was the last victory that we had.
11 years.
Juan Mata was a Chelsea player.
Yeah.
Not even a United player.
Yeah. I don't want to hear no excuses for Sunday evening. When we walk out that ground and we see Saeed and all them idiots, bruv, yeah? I don't want them running over to me like last year, talking shit and taking the piss, bruv, yeah? We've got to go there, shut them up, bruv. Enough's enough. There's no excuse. We cannot be walking at that ground with them dickheads coming over and trying to run bands with us, bro. Yeah? This is the time, brother. If you go and drop your team and go and lose that game, you've got to be able to go and pick up the pieces Sunday. It's like you said, pressure will build, brother. Pressure will build.
And for us, again, I've said we need a big statement. We need a big scalp. Even though United, they aren't really a big scalp anymore. I call them a receding scalp or something. It's still a big statement to go there and win. Yeah. First win there in 11 years. With the Arsenal game going next week. And also, we might be above them with that victory. We might just be above them. They got Newcastle with the early kickoff. They don't win and we win. We're above them in the league table. I think even a draw and a loss for them might do it, but I'm not trying to think of drawing at Old Trafford. We need to go there and get 3 points.
I'm not thinking of any kind of situations in respective of the league table or other teams or this and that. I'm just thinking of what we're at the cup. Make it right now. Make it right. The bounce back has got to be immediate, brother. Because I don't want to be walking at that ground Sunday feeling like I did Wednesday just gone, brother. Like wasted journey, this and that. It's not even about that. You win some, you lose some. But when you go and go out the way we did Wednesday, they've got to make it right, brother. There's got to be a reason why he's dropped all them players, bro. So Sunday, got to put it right, bro. Got to put it right.
100%. And it does seem like it's going to be the similar team, and especially in the midfield. He said that right now he hasn't got no confidence in Enzo. He still trusts him. But right now he's going for a different decision with Moises and with Romeo Lavia. And he said if any time one of those players drops their levels, then he might change it. So I think he's hinted that Enzo Fernandez has just dropped his level in the last few weeks. And that's why he's been dropped from the Premier League games. Which means that you're likely going to see Lavia and Caicedo play again. And I'm happy with that because regardless of what midfield they put in, or what's set up, because I do think we'll see a better Casemiro and a better Bruno than we've seen in the last few years. I think we're still going to cook them because Lavia and Caicedo are just different. That is like the best DM prototype you could have in the midfield in the league. I just need him to play a few more games so I can just outright say he's better than everybody else. But he's absolutely ridiculous. Caicedo, we're used to his performances at this point, which says a lot about this guy's ability. I don't think you'll see any other changes there. Like, I would like to see Cucurella come back into the team. I wouldn't even front if he started Jorgensen. I'd have zero complaints. But neither of them is going to happen. It will be James and Gusto on either wings. Yeah. And I think that still makes us more defensively solid. Yeah, and protects Reece a little bit too.
It's just stupid, isn't it, though, bro? It's just stupid. Just play. I'm fed up of seeing players playing the wrong position, bro. You need balance. We've seen it on Wednesday, brother. When you don't play your right players in the right position, it's unbalanced, bro. When we play at the back, the Sassy was inside, Cucurella was outside. Why do you think that is? Because Cucurella is naturally a win back, so he's going to want to come out. Same as James against Newcastle. He's not naturally going to make the pitch big because he's right-footed, so he's going to come inside. And what do you think he's going to do? When he's running down the line, do you think he's going to go down the line and overtake, or do you think he's going to cut back in and pass?
It also means that you can push Gusto further wide, which I think he's better at, to be honest. Like, Gusto struggles playing inverted. At least James, he doesn't have to do too much movement, and he can focus on trying to just spray passes, which he's actually really good at.
Yeah. But like I said, it's just balance. It's having a naturally left-footed player on the left and a naturally right-footed on the right. It just makes total sense to do that, bro. But like you said, it's not going to happen. It's probably going to be James left and Gusto on the right. It is what it is, but we look pretty solid against Newcastle in the Premier League game. So why change it? I just feel like we need to probably keep the same team. I don't think there's any substitutions that I'll make myself. I think that's the strongest possible lineup.
Same. It should be enough for us to get the result in this game, and if not, we can rely on the depth too. Shame we can't see Jadon Sancho playing, but is what it is. Just a few things on some of the transfer rumors that we've seen. There was those Enzo Fernandez and Tchouaméni rumors, but I find it really hard to believe. Just because, I think Tchouaméni himself starts regularly for Real Madrid. I just have to double check quickly.
Yeah,
but I don't see why they get rid of him so soon.
I was told it's to do with the midfield identity. Okay, so they've got a lot of running midfield. They've got a lot of athletes in there. Valverde, good runner. Camavinga, good runner. Tchouaméni, a good runner. So the three midfielders they've got already are of similar identity. They've lost Tony Cruz, who had zero athleticism. But what could he do? Get on the ball, dictate the play, and pass. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I believe Enzo Fernandez in the midfield with runners around him in the Spanish league would shine. I just feel like the Premier League's too fast-paced for him. You have to be athletic to play now in the Premier League. It doesn't suit the mold. So maybe a Tchouaméni comes in who's a good passer and athletic. Suits both parties, brother. But all the time,
if they wanted to do it, I ain't saying no, innit?
I'd like to think it's true, but all the time at all. I think Enzo Fernandez got a lot of proving to do, and for him to be wearing that armband right now, brother, I think it's a total disgrace on the club, brother. The guy's got zero leadership. The guy can't even speak perfect English, brother. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. So he's got to step his performance up. We've been saying this for too long now, brother. Like, I think a lot of us have give up now with the Enzo Fernandez idea because it's just not worked. It doesn't feel like
it's up to him to show it. This season, the excuses are dead. It's just perform or I can't be bothered, innit? Yeah. I can't be bothered. I like Instagram comments talking about how he's playing deeper against Panathinaikos and he's playing better, and then he gets cooked by Longstaff all game in the Carabao Cup. Can't be bothered for him, man. Just learn how to play ball. What was the other one? We're monitoring Vinicius. That was one. Us, Saudi Arabia, PSG, and United.
Vinicius Senior, because it can't be Vinicius Junior, bro.
And saying Carlos Vinicius from Fulham and all that.
All right, Carlos Vinicius, bro. Is it him?
Nah, they're trying to say Vinny Jr. and it's like, yeah, sure.
Oh my god. Wait,
400k a week, by the way.
where did you read that from? The fucking Sun Sport, that page, brother. I don't know.
George C. Peon. Whoever the hell that is, but I saw that one get posted out by Pies
Bro,
earlier.
we would never ever go for a player that caliber now, bro. Never, ever, ever. Mbappe was there last year. We could have had him on. He went to the league PSG. We could have potentially got him on loan. It fell through. Do you think these board members are that ambitious to go? Come on, my brother, man. Those days are done when we're gonna go and sign the best, bro. Those days are done, bro. Those are done, bro.
I wouldn't say about not signing players that caliber, but those wages, no.
Yeah,
we aren't touching them wages with a barge pole. Even if we get to UCL and everyone gets the 30% pay rise, that's still too much. Way too much. You give him them wages, you have Palmer, Caicedo, and Jackson knocking on the door 10 minutes after asking for a pay rise. It's long. And also, just one more. I don't even think we need words for this one. This is my favorite one. I just want you to read that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. True story, bruv.
A man said Anthony.
Yeah, man. Fishnet, fish's net. Yeah, man. I believe you, bro. I rather believe you, man. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, man.
62.
Cool story. Cool story. Cool story.
That's
cool
my
story,
favorite
bro.
rumor of the day, brother. And with that, we're gonna end the pod. What a show, guys! Big up to everybody that's locked in.
This is something. The most important part of the show.
Score predictions, isn't it? Yeah, silly me. Still recovering from the hangover, innit? 3-1 Chelsea. I'm saying 3-1 Chelsea.
I want to bite my words here. I'm so desperate for this win, brother. You don't understand. I want this win more than Arsenal, Tottenham, because it's been so long, and I got so many Man United friends. Like all my friends support Man U, so I would love to put it in their face after the win. I feel like the lads have got to do it, man. I'm gonna have confidence saying this. 3-1 Chelsea, but they've got to win, bro. I cannot walk out their stadium like last year. They've got to win. Come on,
Trust.
lads.
It's another demon that we need to push to the mud. Facts. Yeah. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in, though. As we had better be back for the next episode of a victory. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Up the Chelsea. And yeah, take care.